I think I got them all.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
Hi, everyone.
Happy Sunday.
Happy
Happy
Sunday.
Sunday, everybody.
And dig our new spring-oriented background there.
Not exactly.
Well, it's something.
No. We're kind of in between things here in Michigan. I mean, we're expecting a rain-snow mix and some inches of snow this next week. So spring is not exactly here. We changed our tarot background on our Tarot for Tomorrows that we put on Facebook and Twitter because we've had so much sun lately. Sun is streaming through our window today. So it's kind of in honor of that and spring coming. And also, what we're doing today is actually, and for till about spring, we're honoring our cats with our backdrop. Because what do we think, Mr. O? The month of March is when our cat's birthday is.
Right. We pretty much believe they're born about the middle of March when we got them up and on cue.
And on cue, here comes Sunny.
Hello, Sunman. Hello there.
And so we decided, we were talking with Monster today and putting up the background and what we were going to do. We decided to honor our cats.
Everyone's very nice in the chat room there. Thank you so much. I'm blushing almost. You're all very sweet to us. We appreciate that.
We definitely appreciate you all, absolutely.
So here's another look at the Sunman. There he is.
And because we appreciate you all, of course I don't get good news, but we'll see. I pulled an oracle for us to begin with. This is actually from my Divination of the Ancients Oracle, which basically honors in a way or highlights various forms of divination. And I'm not going to say this one right, I'm sure. But this particular thing that they are highlighting and the card I drew is Shagai. I think that's Shagai. And basically, Shagai is common in Mongolia and throughout Central Asia, where it originated. It refers to the collection of small knuckle bones of sheep, goats, and in some cases wolves, which are thrown on the ground and people look for patterns with it, and that's how they divinate. Well, what this one means for us is the worst is behind you. It's also called fragmented. You might have seen the word on there. And it says the worst is behind you, and you can begin to breathe deeply, knowing you will never have to go through the same difficulties again. A place of uncertainty, of such uncertainty that it left you feeling that all you cared for was torn from you, lost forever. It hasn't been easy at all to gather what little strength you had left, but sometimes we must undergo a journey of turmoil to find the haven of peace on the other side. So now that you are safe to release your sorrow and allow your tears to cleanse away your hurt, as though gathering back your scattered Shagai bones, your heart will knit together and you will soon feel whole again. And they have this little incantation I'll share with you. I won't turn back, I'll carry on. Hard words and sorrow made me strong. For now I rise, I'm standing tall. Emotions healed, I conquer all.
Nice.
And that's what we have for everybody today. Hi, Tana.
Okay, Banshee, I'm going to give you a moment to go over the
Yes.
list, and I'm going to try to entertain.
Oh, okay.
Not as well as you, perhaps, but just by talking a little bit. First of all, I'm going to be doing several decks that I will interchange. One of them will be the Crow's Magic Tarot, which, as I mentioned previously, was a more esoteric type deck that we used to use in a particular group as our group's deck.
The mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
And then also this one is a very interesting deck. It's called the Night Sun Tarot. It's one of the Los Scarabos, and it's actually done by Fabio Listrani, who is also doing the Santa Muerte tarot, which is also a Los Scarabo, and that's one I've used a few times. That's
You used that last Thursday.
Right, a joint deck. And then by no popular necessitation, I know several people love this deck. It's the Nefertari's tarot, and this is the one that has a lot of gold, gilt kind of stuff, gilded embossing or whatever you want to call that. So thank you.
Okay, I'll go over my decks in a minute, but I think I'll just go over the list briefly now to make sure I have everybody. So I think we're up to 10 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let me go over the list in the order I have them. I have Libra Cusp first, and then Josephine, Masonic, Bright Light, Eleni, Teresa, Balkis, KC, QDK, Esoterics, and Tana. I believe that's everybody. If I've missed anybody, let me know. Now I'll just go briefly over my list because there's some of the ones I've used before and some new additions. I have today, I brought the book out so I could show the name and the artist and everybody. Well, I have the After Tarot, which is done by Corinne Kenner. And I just want to see if they list the artist. Yes, the art is by Giulia Francesca Massaglia. And so this is a low Scarabeo deck. And also, I am taking this deck and running with it. I just recently got the Everyday Witches Tarot by Deborah Blake. I also have the Everyday Witches Oracle. I've read a few cards from it for you. It is such a fun deck, very vibrant, and just something that I started reading for myself and thought to myself, hey, I am ready to go with this one. I mean, some decks are just like that. You know, you can just dive right into them. And this is a deck I really like, and I think you'll enjoy me reading from that one today. And then finally, I am also have my Ciro Marchetti Tarot Grand Lux still with me because I absolutely love Ciro Marchetti's decks. So there's just got to be one in the mix most of the time. And finally, my Lenormand is the new one that I just got recently, the Mystical Lenormand, which is by, I'm trying to see, it's painted by Urban Trosh. And Regula Elizabeth Feichter, I believe, did the writing for the booklet that went with it. I love these cards already. I think they're really good. They're a nice size. It's perfect when we have a cat taking up 3/4 of our space. So that's the decks of the day, and we're just going to get rolling. And I will try to keep up with the chat. I see we have a few more names here. Lakeisha's joined us, and Lady Novain. You guys will be at the bottom of a list, so you're like at about number 12 and 13 now. But welcome, welcome.
All right.
So really enough, we should be able to get everybody in. Okay. So, let's see. What does Libra Cusp have? How does Tanner feel about me? Okay. All right. Let's get rolling. Mr. O, do you want to use one of yours first or mine?
Sure, we can use one of mine. I'm going to take the Nefertari
all right.
tarot since I spoke so highly of it. Gold gilt and all that. And we'll begin shuffling.
Oh, the Sylvia Brown deck. Okay. I don't know that I have any Sylvia Brown decks. I might have one. Really glommed down to some other people from Hay House. I'm not sure if Sylvia Brown published through Hay House, but I have a number of other decks from there, like Colette Baron Reed decks, which I absolutely love.
Sylvia Brown is very prolific with decks.
And Sylvia Brown, was she a local person?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I just wondered. Not sure where she was from.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay, we got it. I think the big challenge is not so much shuffling, it's where the heck to cut the cards when he's all sprawled out like this. But how old are they going to be, Mr. O?
I guess they'll be 6 years old.
They'll be 6 years old this year.
Most of our cats, and we usually have around a 3 at a time, or we circulate 3 at a time, usually get to around 16 to 17, which is nice.
I thought so. I have a number of Hay House decks, and I'm sure I have one of Sylvia Brown's. I just can't think of which one offhand. But I really love Colette Baron Reed decks. I have a lot of them. I don't have all of them.
So back to Libra Cusp.
Indeed.
I have pulled 3 cards. The first one is the reversed Six of Wands.
Okay.
Okay.
right.
And then I have the reversed Major Arcana Death, number 13. It's got a nice picture of Anubis. And then I also have an upright Seven of Wands. So that's kind of interesting because we have the reverse 6 and then we have the upright 7. Do you want to go first?
What's that middle one again? Oh,
That's Death reversed.
Death reversed. Well, I'm kind of thinking, Libra, they're not. I'm not going to say they're not focusing on you, but it's going nowhere, whatever they're feeling about you right now. It just seems like that Death card is showing a lot of stagnation and not a lot of movement. Therefore, in this case, I think not a lot of thought going on, which, maybe they're dealing with some setbacks right now because of this Six of Wands reversed. They may have some other things on their mind. They may have suffered some losses or defeats lately. They feel a little demoralized about something.
Well, I see that too, but then with the Seven
know.
of Wands, I sort of see them regrouping,
Right.
but they're occupied. They're sort of thinking about something else, or they're working on a specific project that they need to advance on. And so it may be that they're not, unless this is about a project, I'm not sure that I'm seeing that kind of thought going on there, that maybe it's going to be more like back burner thoughts for now.
Yeah. Yeah, I sense that too. There's a recoup, but there's also like a feeling of regaining, like you said, a recoup, it's regaining their self-confidence back, I feel, and their ability
Okay.
to, get things back together again after these setbacks. So I think it's taken a little bit out of them, and they're not really focusing that much on you. There's no sense of that here so far. But let me see what comes up in the Lenormand, because there might be something more specific there.
In a way, I do feel that this reverse death seems to indicate that they have some kind of, depression going on right now, or they're really hard to motivate. They're just sort of in a funk. They're in some sort of funk.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And speaking of that, what's the first card I draw? The Clouds
Okay.
and the Letter. And, you might be getting some news soon about this, maybe in some way. Maybe this, Tanner is going to discuss some of this with you, about come clean about something that's really been bringing them down. Or, on the other hand, you might get some news from them that you just find rather confusing or conflicting. You're not sure what to make of it. So if they do contact you about something, it's just going to be leaving you wondering, maybe in a state of confusion as to what they actually mean. So I could sense either of those two possibilities here for you, Libra. What do you think about that?
I'm sorry, could you refresh that again? I was just responding to something in the chat.
Well,
There was, some...
it's okay. We both get distracted. So it's about a letter and the clouds. And so I sensed that two possibilities. That one could be that this person, Tanner, is going to relay their depressed or their gloomy mood, maybe give some information about what it's about. Or there's a little confusion. You might get a message, Libra, from Tanner that really confuses you. It kind of leaves you in a cloudy, like you're not sure what to make of it.
Well, in a way, it makes me wonder if we should partially retract what we had said and say that maybe there is something going on with you and their thoughts, but right now they're just nothing more than able to just send a message, and that they're still really distracted or depressed over some other events going on in their life.
Okay.
And we might have had somebody new join, Divine, or did you get them already?
I did not. Divine Universe has joined us. Welcome, Divine. All right.
A few are before you, probably at least a dozen.
There are quite a few. But so far, it's a manageable amount. We'll be able to read for everybody. Thank you, Bright Light. I noticed that, who was it, confirmed my... Was it Bright Light? Somebody confirmed the Sylvia Brown is a Hay House deck. I kind of thought
Thank
so.
you.
I like a lot of the Hay House decks. They're there's a good number of them that are quality decks. I really do appreciate some of the products they put out.
Okay, who's next?
Good question. That's right. We're moving on. I'm sorry, Libra. That's what we had for you. And Josephine, you are up. Hey, Josephine. Welcome. Happy Sunday. And for those of you who came late, we announced we're celebrating our cat's birthday in March by having cat backgrounds on some of our screens that we'll be showing of our cats. Not the one on the computer that's typing manically. That, of course, is a well-known GIF.
Oh, hi there, Happy Tears.
Hey, Happy Tears. Welcome, welcome.
Nice of you to join us again. Thank you. Okay, Josephine retracted a message, so we're going to wait and see if they're revising that or what they're doing. I'm just going to sit here with the cards for a moment. There we go.
There we go.
Of IJ. Who I was going to ask you, who is the IJ or what is the IJ? But I got it now. Okay.
So, who suddenly reached out to you. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what we get. And next I'm going to use my, after you're done with that, I'm
Here you go.
going to use one of my decks. Well, in honor of Moon in Pisces, I'm wearing a lot of blue today. A lot of water stuff.
And I'm kind of wearing a lavender or a light purple.
Not to mention, my hair is still wet from a shower, so a lot of water energy right now.
I actually got to the gym early this morning and I worked out a little bit.
And I worked out a little at home.
Alrighty.
I did some windmills. I did some things on the floor. Oh, gosh. I need to get back to the gym, though.
I need to do more.
So let's see. What are their intentions? Oh, boy. Well, we have the tower. Let's go on. I want to see the rest of these. It's upright.
We have the Knight of Swords.
Okay.
And then we have the Four of Pentacles. And all of these cards are upright.
Yeah. Well, the tower upright is better, in my opinion, than the tower reversed, and I read it that way. It's kind of like maybe this person's intentions is that they're, I don't know, have you been in contact with them before, Josephine? I mean, has there been a previous relationship or something? Because I sense that maybe they're coming back around because they're here to right a wrong, not right a wrong, but settle something.
They've realized maybe that they were wrong about something, or they realized that maybe there was a lesson they had to learn or something like that. Or maybe they're thinking that now in the present frame that maybe for some reason, however they may know you or are thinking they know you, they feel there's something they need to learn from you. And it's really kind of an earth-shaking thing because maybe...
Okay, they're friends. Okay.
Maybe they're really struggling with some issues about their own pride and or their own standing in the road. And some of that is shown by the Knight of Swords, perhaps, because they're used to normally being really a forceful agent, an agent that moves forward.
Right. I don't know if they're an air sign by chance, but they're definitely here, I think, to communicate something to you. Because I also look at that card as maybe communication rushing to you, being an air sign, a message.
Are there money situations or partnerships or goals that maybe align with them or somewhere in the past maybe? And maybe I'm wondering if some of that's being invoked or if there's an idea there that that this is a personality maybe too that has a real strong alignment towards materialistic things.
Well, yeah, there's a money element to the Pentacle card, but I'm going to hazard to say in this case that maybe this person is contacting you because you know what? Maybe they do find you somebody of value one way or another deep down, and they want to hold on to you. They want to keep that connection going because they find it of value in some way.
We have another list request. Hi, Butterfly.
Oh, hey, Butterfly. I'll get you on.
Hi there. Okay, so yes, that's kind of interesting because I guess from an overall point of view, it seems like there is some more project-oriented thing that they're working on, not necessarily a relationship, but I'm not excluding that idea. And you did mention you were friends, and that there just seems to be some things that they need to resolve in some way. It may not be end of the world stuff, but maybe some situations. So the Banshee is pulling a couple of Lenormand. So.
Well, I'm sensing too, since this is about what they are thinking or what their intentions are for coming back, there is this cross card, grief, sorrow, sadness, but it's with this stork card as well, and I kind of wonder if maybe something has left their lives recently, somebody or something has moved on or out of their lives, and maybe, you know, there are things that are changing now, whether they either have more time for you or, you know, maybe they're reaching out to you right now as they're having difficulties coping with a particular change that they're going through.
Did they possibly have a passing in their family or somehow something they know? I only say that because it just seems to me that I have a higher amount of people than normal that I am aware of who've had passings in their family. We ourselves had a passing or two even. And sometimes they're not direct friends or family, but there's still something, you know, that you know, maybe gives you pause. And I'm thinking, for me, this has been the range of ages. It's not just old folks like ourselves. It's some people younger too.
We are old, so we are going to have more people die.
Sure.
Let's just say at our age, we go to more funerals than weddings, sadly. But that's just, you know, the cycle of life.
Mm-hmm.
So, at any rate, that's what we have for you, Josephine. I hope that gives you some insight there.
Thank you.
Keep us posted if you want, or feel free to come back and ask if you have any further questions about it. And hey, Masonic, you are up, and I'm going to go through the list real quick. After Masonic is Bright Light, Eleni, Teresa, Balkis, KC, Cutie, Esoterics, Tana, Lakeisha, Lady Novane, Divine You, Happy Tears, and Butterfly.
All right.
And if I ever miss anybody, do let me know. All right, one of my decks I think we're going to grab. How about we grab the After Tarot?
And we will be back
No, we'll do the witch one.
next Thursday. That's 2 p.m. or I'm sorry, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as always on Sundays, every once in a while, about once a month, we will be later on Sunday. So I'm not sure when that is in March, but that's coming. Are you...
I'm looking at the question. Masonic, is it you? Yeah, Masonic, you are up. So I'm kind of confused.
Bunker.
Are you asking if somebody is building a bunker across the road?
Oh my goodness.
Is that what you're asking? Because we'll answer it.
It sounds like, okay, sounds like a good yes or no, just down and dirty in a way.
I just want to make sure that is indeed the question. Is it?
Bunkers.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do a yes, no, and we'll throw some Lenormand. It'll be interesting to see what that has to say.
Well, I'm old enough that I remember when the National Lampoon Radio Hour, which was sort of like a comedy outfit that did some albums before the movies, so we're talking hippie era, 1970-ish or so, and they had a skit. They would do skits that were parodies or satires, and I just remember this: be the first on your block to be the last on your block with the new Ajax nuclear resistant bunker or something like that. But it was be the first on your block.
Thanks for your confirmation of that, Josephine. That's very interesting. So see how this resonates as well, you know, with you know, this contact. Come back to you.
All right. Aliens in the government.
Aliens.
Yes. I won't say who, but somebody told me that they took a look at one of the Democratic candidates for the nomination, and they immediately said, that one looks like a reptilian humanoid. Apparently there's some conspiracy theory about these alien humanoids that are...
Oh, wait. Did you cut them?
I did not, so let me cut them.
I shuffled, so you cut.
I know. Well, I got to cut. I shuffle
You're
too.
too into your politics, conspiracy, blah, blah.
I'm going with the question. And you are welcome too, Josephine. Thank you.
Interesting.
I like this deck. It's very whimsical and colorful, very gentle.
Whoa.
What you got
Well,
there?
I'll tell you what, Balkus, it's highly possible.
No, it's Masonic.
Oh, Masonic. Whoops, I'm sorry. Silly me. I'm sorry, Balkus is down the list.
Bunkers in the
Masonic
neighbors.
Is highly probable. You've got two aces here. I'm just going to show them since they're my new deck. This is the Ace of Cups upright. And the Ace of Swords reversed. So that means it's leaning towards yes. And guess what else we have here? We have the Moon reversed. And what that says to me is you're going to soon find out.
It's coming out in the open.
It's coming out in the open soon. Whatever it is that they're doing, you're going to find out about it.
And it's got to be kind of scandalous or salacious
Well, there
to the
could be.
neighborhood or people that, might want to, because I think, yeah, it will be. Later on, if I have time, I'm going to try to look up the name of a book. A friend of mine who's no longer with us on this plane, but was a good friend, had a book that was really interesting. It was sort of like that idea about, people doing conspiratorial things. And I think it's called Nothing is True in This Book, but Everything You Read is the Absolute Truth, or something like that. I might try to look that up for you because it's a cute little book and it was an easy read too.
And I forgot to bring this book to show off to the Sunday crowd today, but Mr. O brought me a book from his library that is just such a hoot. You know how much I like haiku, everybody who joins me on Twitter and Facebook. There's actually a book out there of haiku of the periodic table of elements. Somebody did that. And it's really awesome. It's a pretty good sized book, and it gives you a little tidbit of information about each element as well.
Well, I don't disagree with the use of solar panels, but this does sort of sound a little bit extreme.
Solar panels could be for their house too, and just to, eliminate energy costs, which I'm all for. But I have the anchor here, and I have the heart. And I do get the feeling with this combination of cards that they really are trying to protect themselves, and those that they love. The anchor is kind of looking for stability and security, how when you put an anchor in the ground. So it's kind of like they're preparing themselves for disasters or things. Let's think about it. If we lose, the solar grid might be able to help them have power where others might not, in case it goes down. So I think that they are doing something, and it is probably preparing for some catastrophe or disaster.
I know that some cities or some areas have situations where if you generate excess electricity, companies will buy it from you. So it may be possible that they've worked out a deal where they can sell off some of their excess energy or get credits, something like that. People do all kinds of things. I mostly agree with Banshee. I think that they're just looking for stability and that they have a real strong passion for whatever they're doing.
I don't think it's malevolent, obviously some people build bunkers because they're planning on, some kind of being a part of some kind of revolution or something. But others do it because they're genuinely worried about the future and things that are happening. We have multiple things going on in the world today besides, arguments and armed conflict. We have the climate and all these other things happening. So there could be a variety of reasons for this. I see nothing malevolent thus far. We can get into that later.
But we are basically confirming that does seem to be what they're doing, which was your basic question.
Right. So that's what we have for you, and we're going to move on to Bright Light now. Hey, Bright Light, you are up. And then after Bright Light is Eleni, Teresa, Balkus, and KC. What did you need?
Nothing. I just wanted to make sure.
And I'll go over the whole list again after this reading with Bright Light.
They're hiding from Corona. That could be too.
Oh, maybe. Mm-hmm.
Hello.
All right.
Find a place to lay down. That's right. Just find a place to lay down, you. Now we only have your space.
Yeah, now we have two cats. So careful what you ask for here. I'm going to use my Tarot Grand Lux for this one. And so Derek's case is going okay. That's good to hear. So you just want to know what you can expect from him, what's happening with Derek, and you know, how it relates to you. So we'll see what we come up with here. Yes, happy birthday, our kitties. You should have a month-long birthday celebration.
Only if we can get all three up here.
By the way, pretty soon it's getting into somebody's birthday celebration time.
Oh, why, whoever could you mean?
I'm getting a little ahead of myself after all. The sun hasn't even entered Aries yet, but you know, I like to plan ahead. And I always have week-long birthday festivities, so you can bet on 2 live streams I'll be chatting up the birthday when that time comes and arrives. I'm watching that mic.
I know you are.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear things are going well in the court case, because maybe this is indicative of something else here. But we have the 7 of coins reversed. We also have the Justice card, but it's reversed. And we have the 7 of Cups reversed. You have 3 reversals here.
Lay down.
They're not, well, one might be worse than the others. The 7 of coins actually, you know, Derek is probably really still wound up a little bit in this case, I think. And so right now, I think that maybe these cards are still applying to that. Even if things are going well, you know, these kind of things take a toll on people. He's worried about righting some wrong, you know, with the Justice card reversed, you know, getting something that's due. And with the 7 of coins reversed, I sense he's worried about failure, you know, that maybe, you know, that even though things are looking better, he's still very, very focused on this. Or if it relates to you, maybe he's worried about failing you in some way.
Well, part of that looks to me like he feels like he had been really out of the game as far as some of the projects and things he wanted to do, and that he could make up for lost time, but really the fact that there is this sense or this feeling of the injustice done really is coloring a lot of his mood or his ability to feel motivated right now. And I see that especially with the 8 of Cups too, in a way that it's reversed, and it is sort of signifying like maybe there's a negative motivation, you know, just sort of like a wanting to go and lick their wounds a little bit. And so he's got to get out of that funk a little bit too.
Yeah, and I see here that the 8 of Cups reversed is a move away from something. So, you know, he's moving on. Hopefully he's going to be able, you know, the way I'm looking here, since that's the last card I drew, is that hopefully he's going to be able to walk away from this situation, you know, and be better off. Because I sense that, you know, usually this card is a move to something better. That's the way I always have looked at it. And so I sense here just this card coming at the end might be indicating that.
Okay, I can go with that. So let's do a Lenormand.
Yep.
You are all over me, and pretty soon your hair is going to be flying in
well,
my
at least
face.
they're very relaxed today, and I hope
making
it
me
stays
itchy.
that way. Do you remember on Thursday's live stream, one of our cats just could not sit still?
Yeah.
He was just all over the place.
But
And today, he's much better.
they shed so much that it tends to get around my
The weather has warmed up
areas.
a lot. I think that's what's bringing it out.
and then I start itching.
We're in that phase in Michigan where the temperatures keep going up and down. So we're in an up phase, and by week's end, we'll be in a down phase again. So right now I have, this card came up before. It's the Stork card. And then I have the Rider card. So I think, you know, you're going to be getting news from Derek soon. And this news has to do with some kind of change he's making or something new that's going to be happening in his life. It's going to be very positive. So I think that things are going to be looking
I'm
up.
wondering if it is possible that after a particular amount of time, like maybe, I don't know, a few weeks, a month or something like that, that they will have some sort of change with console, or at least be able to get some accommodation towards what their situations are. That's what I think this could mean as news, but I don't think it's real soon. I don't know if you're seeing it as sooner. I'm thinking it's like a monthish. Maybe. I don't know. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Hey, Casey, maybe it is a fire sign thing. I used to do month-long, actually, when I was younger and could sustain that. But a week is about as much as I can take now. But rest assured, I always feel...
It's as much as I can take now.
I always feel that when the sun goes into Aries, it's really my time. That is me time.
Ah, okay. Thanks, Bright Light.
That is my power time.
That's interesting. Thank you. Okay, cool. Well, good luck for Derek and you, and keep us in tune. Appreciate
yes,
that.
absolutely.
And that's what we got for you. So we are moving on.
We're moving on to Elaney. Hey, Elaney, are you still with us? I know sometimes you come in and out. So here is the list as I have it from here. We have Elaney, Teresa, Balkis, KC, and then Cutie, Esoterics, Tana, Lakeisha, Lady Novain, Divine You, Happy Tears, and Butterfly.
All right, and here's Elaney. Thank you. Okay, we're reading your question.
Well, that's a multifaceted question, but let's see what we can get when we pull 3 cards on that.
You want to stick with your deck?
Okay. No, we could use one of yours. Absolutely.
Okay, then I will move
I'm going to get out
over
the After
to
Tarot for the next one.
The Night Sun Tarot.
Uh-huh.
Well, and I wish these cats weren't around. There's just no room here now that they're in my way.
No.
I know. Get out of my way.
Oh, don't roll around. You are so in a perfect spot right now. Oh, look at him stretching for the camera.
I guess so.
Or for himself. Okay, today when my son, Monster Hunter, was by and we were working on the backgrounds.
There we go.
I was looking at some GIFs, and I was actually looking at somebody's movie, I think, on Twitter, and they had birds chirping. All kinds of birds I was seeing, and I left it up on my tablet, and Sonny just stared and stared and started pawing
What
at
was
it.
the sounds, too, I think?
Oh, yeah, it was definitely the bird sounds.
Chirping, a lot of chirping and fluttering.
But it totally captivated him, and then I took it down for Sassy, too, who was equally captivated by it.
But then they wanted to bop on the screen, and that was a no-no.
Well, he ended up hitting the screen hard enough to stop the video.
Yeah.
No fun in that, Sonny.
Oh, I see you got one of those conversation things over there.
Oh, yeah, I have
You
them
should hand me
mysteriously
some.
by me. Would you like some, Mr. O?
Oh, would I ever.
I see Sassy has flown the coop.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you a little more room there.
Thank you, Elaine.
Oh, thank you. Well, I don't know. You haven't seen us at our worst either, and there is a dark side.
The thing is for many years we've been card readers. We've been card readers for over 40 years. And we would go to some events and read cards. And we just have a long history of reading cards in front of groups of people, with a lot of people, for a lot of people. But now in this last year, what we've decided is we want to try to be something special and be 2 tarot card readers working for you at once.
It's very unique, and, you know, our energy is not always on the same wavelength per se, but that's a good thing because, you know, there may be other messages for you besides the one reader is seeing. So I think the experiment has paid off for us. We really do like it. And it's brought us closer together, I think, on a psychic level.
Well, I am picking up on a guardedness of feelings here. Here's the cards I have. I have the 7 of Swords upright.
Mm-hmm.
I have the 8 of Pentacles upright. That's actually an okay card. I like that one. And then I have the 3 of Wands upright. So that one's actually not a bad one either. But the first card is sort of like maybe there's something a little bit secretive going on, or something holding back. Maybe there's a sense of imbalance on one level that makes them feel like they want to do more, but they don't know what exactly to do. They're looking at some more, I don't know. Do you want to jump in for me?
Are you having problems with it? You know, one of my favorite
applying that
cards
to the
is
question.
not the 7 of Swords.
Yeah.
It's always given me difficulty for some reason. I just don't relate well to the energy of the Seven of Swords. But you know, I was watching another tarot reader today, Mitchell Osborne, and I loved one of the things he said about the Seven of Swords, and that is something about wanting to just leave the drama behind. You know, maybe this person's had a lot of drama and issues, you know, dealing with people in their lives, and that's why they're so closed off, is, you know, they just want to avoid any kind of dramas. And that can be good and that can be bad, you know, if they don't open up and tell where they're really standing. Now, that other one is what again? The Eight of Pentacles?
Right. With these ones, I'm sort of feeling these are better in terms of the question. What I'm thinking with this, though, is that there is sort of like a devotion or something towards a goal that's a little bit apart from.
That relates to you, I think.
You think so? Okay, I guess
so.
I'm not entirely sure of that.
I think maybe this person is it, who is it again? Derek?
David.
David is working towards something. Whether it's to you or somebody else, I'm not sure, but he is working towards something. And, you know, it may not seem like he is, but he's putting himself into it, I think.
Well, okay, maybe that's true then, because where can correlate with the last card is maybe there is a sense too of that they feel that they're waiting to, or that they're sort of being patient and having a sense of waiting for an outlook to appear to them. I know that sounds vague and obtuse, but that's what I'm known for. But I get the feeling like they just sort of feel like in time, seasons, you know, so they're maybe more of a master planner, and they don't exactly open up about that.
Well, yeah, I think that they're kind of very deliberate about the way that they do things, and they structure things and work on things, and it can be frustrating, I think. Did you say what sign they are? Because I'm wondering now. I don't get a good beat on it here.
I think previously you've mentioned it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Is one of you a Leo or a Virgo, something like that?
Because it does seem like, I don't know. I'm curious about that.
Well, so it's not...
Oh, Virgo. Good gosh.
Okay.
So see, they are very, very structured in how they do things.
Ah, and that's right. You were the fire sign too.
And you're in Aries.
Yes.
You want things to move just like me. It's like, hey, wake up and smell the coffee and tell me where it's at.
Well, part of it just seems like that they're planning to be in a different situation before maybe they move ahead with some more emotional aspects. Maybe that's what it really comes down to.
Well, let me just say this. Here is the moon. And here is you. And I feel that you are headed towards something romantic. You are heading to something deeper. It's just as, you know, the Virgo's got to take their time doing it, I get the feeling. Because the moon is a card oftentimes of romance. I feel like if nothing else, you are going to find out something. I think maybe something is going to be revealed about their intentions or where they're at. But I think it's not going to happen really soon. I'm not getting a time on this. It might take 3 months. It might take more.
With me, I get different feelings from the moon that maybe are based like what KC said a few moments ago, that I just go with the picture it feels there. Mm-hmm. Nothing dramatically different, but I get the feeling like maybe to some degree they have an investment with having an illusionary quality about them and romance, you know, so like maybe they're waiting for the situation to be more something before they feel like they're really being drawn into the romantic aspects.
They will commit.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's like, you know, like maybe they have a fairy tale or a storybook idea about romance, or maybe they have a view of romance that is not exactly realistic. It's not that it's unrealistic, but they want it to be that way, and so they're waiting for it to line up that way. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. Is that me?
Well, you know, I always joke with him when we do our tarot for tomorrows every day that I try to be pretty direct, I think, and he's out there in some kind of spiritual realm. I'm trying to bring him back down to earth a little. I call him Mr. Obtuse.
Oberon the Obtuse.
And I just try to bring it a little bit more down to earth. I think that we have this different energy and way of looking at the cards, and it does match. It does often match, and sometimes, we get into some knockdown drag outs over it, don't we? And I always win.
Nothing
Okay,
more
I don't
can
always
say.
win. No,
Nothing
I
more I
don't.
can say. Hi, Jenna. Glad you've arrived. Thank
So that's
you.
what we had for you, Eleni. I hope that helps. And welcome, Jenna. I'll throw you on the list. It's kind of lengthy. We'll see how it goes.
Thank you, Bright Light.
We're on Teresa right now. Hey, Teresa, you are up if you are still with us. And then there's Balkis, Casey, Cutie, Esoterics, Tana, Lakeisha, Lady Novane, Divine You, Happy Tears, Butterfly,
You're welcome.
and Jenna. Welcome everybody spending the Sunday with us. And it's beautiful and absolutely sunny here in Michigan.
Okay, this is interesting. And lately we've had a few questions that border on the realms of whether spirit is still around, whether there's a connection to earthboundness, or if the spirit has moved beyond. And those are interesting. We have some minor experience with, those kind of things. We're very interested in them, though.
I am incredibly fascinated with paranormal. That's part of my heritage in a way because, I had an aunt who had a haunted house, and I'm sure she had poltergeist energy in there that she was very comfortable
I'm sorry,
with.
can you confirm that Happy Tears is on the list?
Happy Tears, you are on the list. You're after Divine You. You're way down the list, Happy Tears. You came late. There was a lot of people in front of you. So you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You are 10 away.
Okay, wow, that's an interesting question. Do you have
So
any?
I'm debating how we want to do that.
Yeah.
Do we want to? Did you want to use mine? I brought
Yeah,
mine
let's
up.
go ahead and do that
Do you
one.
want to do maybe 2 for the mother, 2 for the father, and see what kind of energies we get?
Sure.
Do we want to do a yes, no, and maybe that really quickly to see if there is any energy from family? Well, how do we want to do that? Because maybe you have energy there that's not family. Maybe something else has walked in, has found a way to walk in.
Well, Teresa may have more specific information, or may have something that really leads them to believe that.
Let me ask the yes, no. Let us ask the yes, no as to whether the energy you're experiencing in the house is related to one of your mother or father. Let's just see if we get a yes, no on that first. I want to see what it says.
Alrighty.
And the only reason I'm saying that, Teresa, is because we've noticed lately when we started getting more active psychically that some energies were moving through here. Nothing bad, but, something decided to come and check us out that wasn't here before, I'm pretty sure. So this just happens sometimes, too. So we want to try to check that out for you. And as I said, I could talk, and as a matter of fact, one of my soul stories, and I'm going to be putting out 2 soul stories videos. Actually, they're going to be spread out, but I'm taping them this week. I just found something I needed for one of them. But one of my upcoming further down soul stories will be about my experiences with the paranormal and some of the hauntings that were in my family, or experiences that they had with people beyond. Okay. Wow.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because you chose this deck, right?
No, not exactly.
Okay.
Well, at least I got some hopefulness here. I wonder if they're both there, but I'm definitely getting that it probably is coming from your family. Teresa, if you don't mind my asking, are they recently deceased? How long have they been gone? I'll ask that question, but I have the star in this reading, which is not a bad card to have. I also have the Ace of Swords upright, and I have the Ace of Pentacles upright. And you know what's really interesting to me about this, Teresa, is Both of these aces that I drew on the 12th card.
Right, I noticed that. Now, before
So
you
I don't know if
ask,
the number 12
before you
means
ask
anything.
Teresa for that, they did say something else that you might want to look at.
Okay.
Okay, so not very recently for your mother.
The father, though, 2 years ago. Okay, so that's very recent to me. And you know, I'm just thinking, I'm just looking at this yes no part of the reading here, and I'm just going to tell you that I feel the star is just saying that yes, there is some spirit, there is some spiritual energy that is in your house. And according to the way that I framed the question, is it your family, you know, your father, your mother, your father? It's a yes on that. Now let's try to figure out who it is. But gee, I don't know. I'm beginning to lean just from what you're telling me that it's your father. But let's see what we get. And we're just going to do this very quickly. Okay, here you go.
Teresa, I think we talked maybe about this before a little bit. And did you say you were trying to do some things like salt water or sage or garlic, and that you didn't think those were very helpful? Did we have that conversation? Or maybe that was somebody else. I'm not sure if I remember.
Yeah, I don't know. We like I said, there have been a number of people approaching us on this lately.
I swear by salt water and sometimes garlic, but some people prefer saging.
Well, you know, we have a friend right now who is in a supposedly haunted house. Lots of activity. They seem to not mind it. I don't know from what I've heard if I would be comfortable there, but you know, I've always said that I think that I'm strong enough now where I could go into haunted houses and handle it, but I think this would be a real challenge for me, this particular house, to test that theory.
Okay.
Okay, so what I did here.
Wow.
Yeah, this is really
This
interesting.
is, whoa.
I
Because it's aspects of relationships.
This is really, really interesting because this is the mother. I did the mother first and the father. And so the mother, I don't know if you had a very good relationship with your mother, but I sense there is, that she would, if she is there, she would be there to protect you in this case. And it's because she loves you. But I also feel that, you know, this is the 5, and the 5 is reversed here, the 5 of conflict, you know, in a way, the 5 of wands, which means to me she would be a force for trying to minimize, you know, and be there to protect you in cases of
Well, it also
conflict.
sounds like, based on what Teresa said previously, that it describes, you know, somewhat their relationship was kind of bitter and strifeful. Previously in the thread, that I believe she used the words match made in hell. Okay, so actually, no,
Well, this is about father.
He disowned you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the second one about the father, this is interesting. There's the 2 of, you know, wands here, but there's also this 9 of pentacles reversed. And so the house you're living in, is that the house that they were in? Is that the deal? Are you in, you know, a house he lived in previously by chance? Or do you think he's just come to bother you there?
And to me, it may be somewhat obvious that in his mind, although, as you say, he disowned you, he sort of reinterprets it that you disowned him and that and that he felt.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that about your mom. I am. But it seems to me that there is some healing thing going on here with your mother that is not there for your father. I think your father resents you for something. Maybe resents you for, you know, how far you've been able to come in your life. Maybe resents you for, you know, the fact that you've been able to move on despite, you know, his best efforts. And I do sense, because this is the 2 here, that they could be attaching themselves to you.
Right, you may need more
In an
advanced,
aggressive fashion.
more advanced kind of banishing work there to get them out.
And you know what? It's really interesting to me too, Teresa. I'm not going to rule out your mother here but I sense that, you know, your mother is not like an antagonist here. You've got 2 twos. And you got one for each the mom and the father, which to me means they might both be attached to you in some way. You know, whether you want them to be or not. Let me throw Lenormand real quickly for these and see if I can get anything else.
Well, as you well know, I'm sure, that people that have real bitterness about them, real hateful lives, they're more likely to remain earthbound, or their energies are more likely to imprint. But it sounds to me like it's maybe possibly more of an intelligent. I don't think it's a residual haunting. I think they're actually there somehow. Their presence is there.
Well,
Sun man, what's up?
with the mother, I sense that this energy is not going to last around you, that they're going to move on, or that they would be easier to move on, because there's the fish, and that's movement. That's a lot of movement and flowing. And there's the stork, which indicates change to me. So I really believe you could move the mother on maybe far more easily than the father, because with the father, I have book and I have the ring. And the ring to me, you know, if we're not going to take this in a love sense, that this was a difficult relationship, means to me that he is really trying to embed himself and attach himself for his own purposes.
You know, a lot of times they say that in the nature of ghosts and hauntings that there's like something really unresolved. And I don't know your total history there, but I get the feeling like maybe his energies from 2 years ago and forward are what is keeping your mother's spirit back, or has pulled her back, and it's him. There's something unresolved, and I'm thinking
You're going to find out what that is, maybe.
yeah,
'cause
hopefully
that's the
that
book.
there's something what the book is, and I don't know if it's a secret kind of thing, like did he have another child and now something weird about that, or
Just
any
something.
kind
Right.
of weirdness that he has major unresolved feelings about, and that if you can figure out what that is, maybe that's how you're going to be able to get rid of them.
Well, or either that, or if he's causing too much trouble and you just need to get him out, you might need, because I have the book there, you might need to consult somebody to help you with that. I think the mother, in a sense, would be much easier for you to handle, but I'm sensing with the father, you might need to get a hand with that. So that's what we have for you, Teresa. I hope this gave you some information.
Yeah, I definitely
Good
want to know
luck
more
with
about that
that.
in the future. Thank
And
you.
hey, Balkus, you are up.
All
Balkus,
right.
you are next. And then KC, Cutie, Esoterics, Tana, Lakeisha, Lady Novane, Divine You, Happy Tears, Butterfly, and Jenna. You're very welcome. So, hey, let's go again to Balkus. Where are you? I know you must be typing away that question, right?
Oh, there's the candies.
Do you want to type the name in a minute while
I
she
will.
shuffle? Yeah, I guess I should move these because Sunny is messing with my deck. And we'll go back to the witches one next, I think. After you read with one. All right. Boom, boom. Okay. Well, I have a busy week ahead. I'm working late one night. I have to volunteer for an event. It's going to be a crazy busy week. Sunny is just very laid back today, which is nice. I had to nap on Saturday. I had a very bad night of sleep on Friday, only 2 hours of sleep. So I took a nap, and actually Friday night too, Sunny was like my constant companion laying by me while I tossed and turned most of the night. But it's almost as if I do know that Sunny sometimes just reacts and seems to know when I need him. So he was there to be with me. Oh, hey, January girl. Well, we'll put you on the list, but it's a long list. We'll see how we do. We have an hour left.
And I think we don't have Balkus anymore, so we may have to move on.
Did you type it?
Twice.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, we're going to have to move past Balkus. That's sad. I'm going to put Balkus at the bottom. And cross him off. And we'll go to Kaliel, you are up.
Kaliel.
Oh, you're just here to listen today? Okay, well, I have you at the bottom.
Thank you.
Oh. Okay, let's see what they say. You want to use your deck?
Okay. I'm going to use the Crow Magic Tarot this time.
Look at this little boy. Look at this little boy. Okay. I shouldn't rile you up because then we'll have problems. Okay. I really like this deck because it's very easy to shuffle. Okay. 3 cards.
Some of your cards are underneath some.
Are you kidding me? Ah, the cards from the reading. Back on you, Sonny. I bet there's more.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I'm getting there. Hopefully none of my Lenormand are there, but I don't think so. I think it's just me. Sorry, son. There you go.
Okay. We're just throwing 3 here, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Well, these are all reversals with his deck.
The Chariot reversed.
Was this person, did you say what they are? Are they a fire sign by chance? I know you are.
Page of Wands reversed. 6 of Wands reversed. I don't think they're a fire sign.
No?
But who knows? I think that maybe they're having some motivation problems that...
Well, I was thinking that maybe you ought to take this.
Oh.
Let's see. A Scorpio. Uh-oh. Well, you know, the Chariot's reversed here, and I don't know if this is indicating to me that things are going to move really slow, but it just seems like there's a lot of slow movement here. I also have the Page of Wands reversed.
There just may be logistic problems, like maybe lack of being able to travel somehow.
I feel that they are kind of wrestling with some losses lately or defeats. Maybe they're either coming off of a negative experience or relationship, or maybe something to do with a job.
Is that one?
The 6 of Wands, yeah. But also, well, he's got the Page of Wands reversed too. So,
right, and this sort of indicates to me that maybe to some degree this is going to happen more casually and over time. I'm sort of feeling that in general. And that maybe with that one, the 6 of Wands reversed, they have more emotional reasons or their own reasons. They're not necessarily emotional, functional reasons why they want to be more casual or less involved immediately or demonstrative.
Well, yeah,
you know.
These look like negative cards.
Sounds like a Scorpio.
And it sounds like, not a lot is happening at the moment. And that's what I think I want to impress with you. I think that it's just going to be a slow crawl, and that's not a bad thing because people really get to know each other much better that way.
Scorpions crawl around under rocks and then they come out and strike.
He loves Scorpios. There you go. Well, I do too. So, I have to say I get along better with Scorpio men than women, and I have not been able to figure that out. However, his mom breaks the mold on that. She's one Scorpio woman I've always, really got along with well.
You gotta love my mom.
Yeah.
And or maybe not, because at her age now she literally has no filter. She will
Oh,
say almost anything.
that's really interesting. So, maybe some of the slowness has to
October
do with the
27th,
distance
Scorpio.
factor.
Yeah.
Let's see what I've got here. Well, Casey, be careful now. Be careful with this person because I got the moon, which shows that romance could be in the air. However, I also got the snake. Now, obviously, there's phallic connotations here, but the snake is kind of sneaky, And so you got to be careful that maybe, there isn't somebody else in the mix here or picture that you don't know about.
Well, to me, it could just be saying that maybe, you're going to figure it out with them, or they're going to figure it out with you. That the idea is that some amount of illusions can be pierced, in my opinion, by seeing this card. But usually it's the snaky one, which in this case could be a metaphor for a scorpionic type personality that does that piercing.
Okay, Mr. O.
Jenna, you have a lot of water around you. Oh, hey, look who
Hey,
just joined
Mandy.
us. It's
Yeah.
Mandy. Hi there.
Hey, Mandy,
Melinda.
I'll throw you on the list, but it is a long list. We'll see how we do. um, so, Casey, that's what we have for you. Wish you the best with that.
Yes.
Sounds intriguing, so keep us posted. And hey, Cutie, are you with us?
Khalil has a lot of water around them too.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Pisces is near and dear to my
You're
heart.
welcome.
We're coming into Pisces season, and I had a lot of relatives who were Pisces. Two of my aunts, one of my that was my godmother, my Aunt Catherine, who is the matriarch and big psychic in the family. My mother's family is a Pisces, no surprise. And my aunt Clara, who is quite a character, was a Pisces. And one of my best friends was a Pisces as well. So got a lot of water energy around me too.
Okay, so who are we waiting on?
We are waiting on Cutie. Hey, Cutie, you are up.
August 9th would be a Leo, Jenna.
Yep.
I'm not the best, but I usually at least know what dates are what signs generally. How's cutie spelled? Like it sounds?
Cutie. Yep. Cutie, maybe you've abandoned us. Oh, that's funny.
Oops.
Those darn
Missed
correctors or
typos.
whatever. All right, last call for Cutie.
And then we will have to move on.
Did you have any notice to put up there about stream schedule or?
I can do that real quickly. For anyone who did not know, we stream live twice a week. We do that like today, Sundays from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then on Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also do a daily Tarot of the Day. We draw a card every night and then we put it out there for the next day, and that's on our Tarot Facebook page, also our Tarot Twitter, and those numbers are right there. We're Twitter at TFT Tarot for today, and Facebook just search TFT Tarot for today.
Yep. All
So
right.
we are probably
done with
moving
Cutie.
on because
Yep.
we have not heard from Cutie.
So, hey, Esoterics, you are up next. And after Esoterics is Tana, Lakeisha, Lady Novain, Divine You, Happy Tears, Butterfly, Jenna, January Girl, Balkus, Mandy, and Cutie. So
Alrighty.
that's the order I have right now. And I have a feeling some of the ones who have left us won't be back. And January Girl said she's really watching, so we'll see how it goes. It's a new direction I'm planning for my project, the right path for abundance and success. Okay, I think we're going to ask a yes/no on that one. Okay, Lakeisha, you are 2 away now, so hang in there. We'll get to you.
I'm not seeing the most current ones. I wonder what happened to me.
Oh, you had an error. Oh, did you get there?
No,
Oh, that's weird. I
it
don't know.
hasn't updated.
Huh.
Well, we'll keep watching.
All right, so Esoteric had her question. I think it's a yes/no. Do you want my deck or yours?
Do you want to try a different deck? Or I can pick a different
I was
deck.
going to do the witchy deck.
Go ahead.
All right. So we're going to do a yes/no on this to see if it is the right direction.
Well, I don't know if I'm wrecking the stream or not. If we go dead.
Don't mess
It's
with
too
this.
late. I might have done it already.
Are we
No, I got
streaming
it.
okay?
I have the conversation.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't make me panic, Mr. O.
Yes, I know. It's really terrible when I start messing around with things.
I know, it worries me. Things go bump when you do that.
You guys just died.
Here.
Sorry.
All right. Finish my tea, which is cold now. Don't touch the mic. Good advice, Casey. Good advice.
How do you want to do this?
Yes, no. I
All right.
said that like 3 times now.
It's at 3.5 that gets it.
Okay. Is that when it registers? Got it.
Oh dear, I can't say for sure.
Whoa.
Jenna is asking the musical question. What happened with the mic?
Oh.
I'll have to let Kellyo explain that one. That's one way of explaining it.
That's funny. Well,
Let's just say it was a metaphor.
well, esoterics, this is really interesting. I'm getting that it's leaning towards yes, but there are some issues here. So there's the Ace of Cups reversed. There is the Ace of Wands upright. And there is the Two of Cups reversed. So you're asking if your project is the new direction you're planning, the right path for abundance and success. And I'm going to say to that, yes. But in the process of doing this, you might have to sever ties with some people or some situations in order to make it happen.
Or if nothing else, it's going to cause a little bit of emotional frictions in some relationships. Possibly a more primary one, but not necessarily.
It's possible that some relationships will go away while others come to be. So, you can't always make everybody happy when you're doing something. And so that's kind of what I'm sensing there so far, if that makes sense to you.
It could just be saying, too, that there isn't a total sense of agreement here. It may not be that it's frictions, actually, but that there's just a sense of not exactly seeing eye to eye on that.
Casey went into some detail.
Thank you, Casey.
Better you than me, Casey. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to throw some Lenormand on
Throw
that.
some Lenormand on that. Esoterics, we'll see what we've got. A little more detail, maybe. Well, again, it does sound like some ties could be severed or there could be some disagreements, but for the Lenormand, you've got the stars.
Which looks hopeful.
And you have the birds. And to me, that indicates that you are going to connect with people. This project, the direction you're going is going to make connections, possibly new ones. Some of the old ones you're going to be leaving behind, and some new things are going to form for you, I think.
So I'm just wondering if maybe there's somebody who serves more in an advisory capacity. They're not necessarily a strong friendship, but you've been working with them because you value what they've given to you, and that may be where some of this possible disagreement is coming up. Although it seems to me like the signs are really good for that, and especially with what Banshee pulled with the star, just seems hopeful, or at least something pointing the direction.
It's just, the Two of Cups reversed to me. It doesn't always have to be a conflict, but it's like a parting of ways. You may just have to break from something, or someone in order to move this thing in the right direction. But I think you are going in the right direction. It's just a matter of there may be a few little course corrections here. So good luck with that, Esoterics, and thanks again for stopping by.
Thank you for stopping.
And Tana, you are up now. It's your turn. And then will be Lakeisha after Tana, Lady Novain, Divine You, Happy Tears, Butterfly, Jenna, excuse me, January Girl if she wants a reading, Balkis, Mandy, and Cutie. And Balkis and Cutie are people who have left the room, so they may not be back.
You are welcome, Esoterics. Thank you.
You are very welcome.
And thanks for all you do, too.
Yeah.
I love your readings.
Yep, indeed. Hey, Tana. Calling Tana.
Gonna write that one in. No, you're lower
no, Jenna,
down
you're
there.
Still down a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. After Tana, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in front of you, Jenna. People came really early, fast and furious today.
Admittedly, we have taken a little longer with a couple readings just because some of that stuff was really interesting and complicated.
So we will do what we can.
Not the very last.
No, you're not the last. People came in after you, so don't worry.
And we're not hearing from Tana, so we're going to probably move on to the next one.
Excuse me. You know what? I don't suppose... Well, I might...
You need a cough drop?
I can get one. I have one over here.
I can get one for you.
No, I'm good. Hang on, Lakeisha. We'll get to you. We're on... oh, you are up. That's right, because we went past Tana. Sorry about that. You're good. So we'll put Tana on the bottom. And we'll move on to Lakeisha. She was giving us her question.
Where's your cough drop at? I'll just get one from over here.
Do you want to do... Oh, I could have gotten one.
No, I got it, because I need one too.
Yeah, just give me one, because I have some over here if I need it. So basically, what I see is, let's see, what we're going to do is, the sign lends itself to a yes-no, but I think we're going to throw 3 cards to see what kind of friends you might be meeting, whether they're trustworthy or not. I'm going to use this deck again. One more time. And then maybe I'll go on to the Grand Lux, but we'll fit one of your decks in next. Here you go. Thank you for that cough drop. I don't know why I'm losing my voice. I don't get it. Not sick. So the reason I've been focusing on the sun so much here is because we've had, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days in a row now with sunshine. And the last time that's happened in our state was 565 days ago, which means well over a year. And, I noticed last summer to me that, it seemed like it was more cloudy than sunny on a lot of days. So when I heard that, I was like, yeah, I can believe it. And so really grateful to see the sun come out so much lately. Well,
maybe.
Well, overall, I would say, Lakeisha, is yes, I think in most cases they're going to be trustworthy, but you may not always see eye to eye with them.
Yeah, they have some little edgy things about them, maybe.
So here is the 2 of Wands, and that's upright. But then you have the 5 of Wands upright, and then you have the Sun. So I think you're going to encounter some people you're going to have some happy relationships with. I would say that the 5 of Wands, though, just says, live and let live. Maybe you're not always going to agree on things, so try not to argue. There's maybe a little bit of competition or arguing with each other that I see with the 5 of Wands. It's a lively group, absolutely. Maybe you'll be competing with each other in some way. And it could be healthy competition as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be negative.
I think it affords you the opportunity, though, to have a moment of reflection now and then and to be able to look back and say, I like these people, but I don't have to be constantly with them either. And that's sort of what I'm getting from the Two of Wands.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that because when I looked at the Two of Wands, I thought to myself that you're probably going to meet somebody that you're going to be able to form a closer relationship with than not, than maybe the others. It seems as though there's
Different dynamics within a group structure
a
or a thing.
growthful relationship is going to come out of people you meet. It's going to be very positive. There's a lot of fire energy here, so I don't know if you're going to be encountering a lot of fire signs or just people with a lot of get up and go.
No questions for Gina Clean, but maybe a dog biscuit? We'll see.
Hey, Gina, welcome and glad you joined us to stop in. Awesome.
Thank you. We have fun when you're around.
You can see with our backgrounds, we are celebrating our cats. Why don't you flip up one of the other backgrounds for Gina?
Sure.
There we are. We have our cats because March is their birthday month. So they're going to be 6 years old in March.
We want a particular one. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
I can't find it. Hold on.
We'll just cycle through till we do. I'm going to throw some Lenormand for you, Lakeisha.
There it is. Spastic Kitty.
Again, okay, I've got the lily, and I've got the ring. Actually, see, there's a bird on there. It's a little deceptive, but the bird has a ring in his mouth. I've had this card before in this reading. And so basically what this is again showing me is there's going to be a very close attachment that you're going to come across here. You know, it could be romantic, but it also could just be very close bonding with somebody, you know, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be special. It's going to be a lot of lighthearted fun. And lilies kind of is a card of innocence and joy. I think that, that's what I'm getting from that.
Well, I'm seeing that, I guess, a little bit too. This is the lilies here?
That is.
Yes.
That's the ring. Can you see the ring in the mouth?
Ah, okay.
Some of these are subtle. I like this deck, but,
well,
if you don't know Lenormand, you could get tricked up by it.
It kind of harkens to what you were saying about the Two of Wands, too, so I sort of agree with that there. I'm not getting anything extra special other than that, though, so that's pretty much what we got.
Yeah, that's what we have, Lakeisha. Sounds good overall. I don't think any funny business going on here.
No, just a lively group, and maybe every once in a while somebody wants to be more rambunctious than the other.
Hey, Lady Novain, are you still with us?
Right, and they've asked a question.
Oh. Wow.
Ask
Thank
how
you.
my love
I wanted
interest
to ask
feels.
how my love interests feel about me. 2 family members of his. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right, well, let's check it out. Let's see what we get. And remember, if we don't see anything positive right away, don't let this discourage you. The tarot's only a snapshot in time.
Okay, we're going to use your deck.
Oh,
That's fine.
no, we should. Well, okay. I'm shuffling. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, and how are we doing that?
Well, we're doing that as it sounds like
feel
a
about
3-card
them? Okay.
naturally to me.
Very cool.
So he wants to know how they feel. Yes, it's Kitty Love Fest, at least until spring equinox, and then we'll throw out another nice background for that, I'm sure.
No, that's okay. You're on time, Lady Novain, so we're good. We're working on your reading right now.
We got your question, and we're doing your reading.
It's better than us having to call for you and then maybe find out that you left.
No, we really appreciate it. And after I'm done with Lady Novain, I'll go through the list again. I think we're doing fine now. I think we're going to make it, because some people have left.
Well, we have a little over half an hour. Oh, I was supposed to bring something out of the freezer so I could make spaghetti tonight.
Oh, no, Mr. O.
Oh, dear.
I was going to ask you, and I forgot. That's okay. We'll figure something else out.
Yeah, we got something else we can make.
All right. Oh,
Okay.
and they're all reversed. And that's why I say don't always,
So we have 3 cards for you. We have the Two of Wands
lay down.
reversed. Splendid golden sheen there. Then we have the High Priestess reversed. She's beautiful too. And the Seven of Coins reversed.
Well,
Go ahead.
the only thing I can say is at the moment is, it's great you're hearing this stuff, but it may be just a little premature, and let these things play out in time. Right now, you might be, letting your heart rule over your gut. Don't how should I say, your intuition might be a little bit off on this right now. So I would say give this time. Give this time to develop. It's too early yet. And things have to happen first. It may be that, I don't know if this person, your love interest, has coming out of a negative relationship of some sort lately where there was some failure of things that he had worked hard on. Or maybe it's even some career concerns or something like that. But right now they have some issues, that are really weighing heavily on their minds. And so, so other things might be taking a back seat to that right now. What do you think?
Well, I sort of get that too. I don't think this reading speaks exactly to the qualities about emotional feelings that they might be
No.
having. It doesn't speak exactly to that. It may be talking about other situations that they're having a hard time balancing, or that they feel that they've lost some of their ability to be productive. Maybe there's something going on with their career that they don't like. I'm also feeling too that maybe there may be a situation where maybe they feel they've given away information or given away things that is being used against them. It may be at the workplace. It could be in terms of the personal relationship. Maybe they don't really necessarily appreciate that some of the other people in the family have talked to you about the relationship.
Oh, well, there's a good point. I'm looking here, and the High Priestess reverse. That's an interesting card in this scenario here. Is maybe they just are really unsure of, what they want out of a partnership yet. And so there hasn't been, they're not.
Could it be talking about what Lady Novane's saying there? Maybe. It could be.
Oh, it very well could be. Because, this just seems like it was not a happy union of some sorts, definitely.
Their world broke apart then, I guess.
And so they're left, feeling a little bit shell-shocked and confused about things. And it might take them some time. Because, again, this is kind of a card of plans failing and stuff. And maybe they're focused on, the failure that they have been through. That's kind of how I'm seeing it here. Let me.
They really maybe felt there was something they were trying to build on, and then because of the reasons you're indicating, when it fell apart, it was really hurtful to them. I want to give a little aside and just say it's not a special spaghetti. It's just usually with beef, red beef. But I do like to marinate it. Now, when I make my lasagna, I work from I'm making the sauce, really. This is just
your
more like...
spinach lasagna?
Or my beef lasagna.
Yeah, okay. You have a special recipe.
Oh, she made him lose his job.
Whoa, doesn't that make sense now?
It does in a way, because I guess that's her, maybe.
Well, but also right here, there's that failure, and it's with material things. Wow.
Yeah, I'm well known for making spinach lasagna, but I also make a beef lasagna too. People really like it. I'm sorry about that. It sounds to me, what are you going to say?
The first card I've got is the key. And the second card I've got is the stork. So basically, you know, I think the key here is he has to, it's up to him now to change his focus, to, you know, to make changes now, you know, in his mindset in order to be ready, you know, to open up to another person or to even, you know, navigate a relationship properly. I feel they're in the process of making major changes now. And of course, maybe they're looking for a new job as well. So the key is to settle down after a period of change and shakeup. And I think that that's what they're experiencing right now.
I get that too. I just also just feel like raising children or
Well, there
whatever.
is that.
Things take a long time to mature or to gestate or to move along, and I think that that's what the key is also saying is be patient too, because you have the key. You just maybe need to give something some time to grow a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, as we're asking what his intentions are towards you, it might be that he senses, you know, you are the change he needs. You know, you are key to the change he needs. I think this is highly possible, but I would suggest to you, you know, if things haven't shifted, you know, if you haven't noticed anything shifting more positively your way within the next 4 weeks, come and ask us again.
Sure. Alrighty. And hi, Dr. Victor.
Oh, hey, Dr. Victor. We got a big list still, but we'll see what we can do. We're running out of time a little bit. All right. Hey, so that's what we had for you, Lady Novaine. Thanks for joining us. And Divine You, you are up. After Divine You is Happy Tears, Butterfly, Jenna, and January Girl if she wants a reading, Balkis if they came back, Mandy, Cutie, Tana, and Dr. Victor. Now, is it Tana and Balkis have left us, right? And so we added them back on the list.
Right.
So they may not come back. So
You're
some
welcome,
of the
Lady
people at the
Novaine.
bottom may come up sooner. What do I need to do to move forward? Where am I headed?
And that's wise for you, Lady Novaine. It's like maybe, you know, he feels humiliated, hurt, and wants, you know, to prove he can do this, but he doesn't have to prove that with you, and you know that. So you just need to
Thank you, Dr. Victor, please. I'm sure there are, you know, there are some fine readers that are joining us here in the stream today. So, you know, with Esoterics and Kaliel. So, we're one of a number of good readers out there.
Okay, I'm going to use the Nefertaris again for Divine Universe
All right.
question. And thank you too, Dr. Victor, for saying that. That's very nice of you.
You're very welcome, Lady Novaine. Am I cutting?
Sure. Can you?
I can. I just want to make sure you shuffled. You did.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my goodness, you got some good cards.
Well, not all, but
Okay.
close. Look at that. You've got the Wheel of Fortune upright.
I said some. I didn't say all.
You have,
Oh my
okay, you
God.
did. You have the Eight of Swords upright. And you have the Queen of Wands upright. So, bravo, because it is pretty good. But I would say to you, you're asking about what you need to do to move forward. So let's look at that card in the middle there, Mr. O. That's the Eight of Swords upright. And the Eight of Swords upright indicates somebody who's maybe holding back a little bit, unsure of which direction to take, where
They
to go.
could be held back
You
by
could be
other
holding
externals.
You could be, but oftentimes it's your own fears or your own self-doubts
Yeah.
that are working against you, you know, or tighten those binds around you, rather loosening them up so you can set yourself free. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is saying, you know, go with the flow. Things are flowing very positively right now for you, so ride that wave. This is a very good time for you to make some moves that you've been thinking about. The fate and luck are on your side.
And I don't know if this would represent your relationship, but the Queen of Wands is a personality of strong attraction and magnetic ability. It could be somebody that you feel fond about, whether or not it's the correct gender or not. It just may represent that person to you. There is the sense that there is something romantic here, but that at times there may be something a little bit, they always call it the sinister aspect, and I don't know what that is sometimes love hurts, as they say.
And I'm thinking you want to know what to do to move forward. So when I look at the Queen of Wands and I think about the Eight of Swords here, you know, the Eight of Swords, it says you've been kind of holding yourself back and you've been unsure. The Queen of Wands is telling you, you know, build up that power, you know, that personal power, that self-empowerment, because you are a very strong, capable person, and you are able to really do a lot of positive things and move yourself in the right direction. Right now, fate is working with you, and really, you have what it takes to get what you desire.
This card is more likely really about yourself and really about your ability to be that magnetic, attractive, forceful, strong person with a little bit of a hint of something about romance.
All right, I'm going to draw a couple Lenormand for you.
All right.
Well, okay, I've got the lilies. And I have the owl. And for some reason when I got this, I just feel like you're going to get some news about somebody older than yourself, I think. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's exactly related to, but it might also help you.
Mentoring?
Yeah, maybe some mentoring, or maybe just somebody giving you some solid advice, which finally it's going to inspire you. Like us. It's us. Because I am sure we're older than most people on this stream. But you will get some news that will help you, and I think it'll be from somebody you can trust.
That's what I'm feeling with that too, is that basically
Okay.
the birds are standing on the wall, and the wall is not in repair, but they still are unimpeded in being there because they're there to show strength or solidarity even when things are a little bit ragged. And that's what I think you're going to find out, is that news is that your friends, your allies, your mentors, whoever they are, they're always there through thick and thin.
That's what we have for you. I hope that gives you some help and advice, Divine You.
Alrighty.
And hey, happy tears. Guess what? You're up. And then Butterfly, Jenna, January Girl, Balkus, Mandy, Cutie, Tana, and Dr. Victor. And we will wait on Happy Tears' question.
Happy Tears said they wanted a general.
Oh, okay.
Earlier they said...
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted?
Earlier they said a general. I know
Okay,
I saw it
got
somewhere.
it. Yep, I see it. She put it back.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're very welcome, Divine You. Good luck. I think things are going to be moving pretty good for you for a little while here. Getting that Wheel of Fortune. Me, a gambler, I always love to see the Wheel of Fortune. One of my favorite cards in the tarot.
Alrighty, so whose deck? Mine?
I will use one of mine.
Okay.
We've been using yours, Mr. O. I'm going to go back to the Cyril Marchetti.
I see that the Sunman has rejoined us.
Did he leave? Because I hardly noticed.
Well, when you're here a couple hours, he can go back and forth a few times and you may not notice.
That's true. Okay, let's go see what's going on for Happy Tears. There you go.
Hello there, Sunman.
Stretch out, my buddy. Uh-oh, he's in wrestling mode.
Don't knock over the
I know,
camera.
I gotta watch. Well, I think if I keep his paws by me.
You just never know with him.
Yeah. All right, Sonny, you ready?
50 in Massachusetts. How cool is
It's
that?
getting close to 50 here today. It's going to stay in the 40s for the probably till next Thursday. But we're still going to get snow and rain, and they said over the days it'll be 1 to 3 inches, but a lot of it's going to keep melting, and then we'll get a little more and it'll melt. And then finally Friday, it's going to get cold again. It'll be in the 30s. Uh-oh. There he goes again. All right, so let's see what we got for a general reading. Well, some up and downs for you, Happy Tears. What else is new, eh? So we have the Ace of Pentacles, but it's reversed. We do have the Chariot, which is upright. But we also have the Queen of Wands, which is reversed. And I'm thinking that, for the next maybe month, things are going to, not be working out to your advantage as far as money goes. And maybe some projects you've been working on, whether it's your studies or a job, something like that or not. There's delays. There's a lot of delays. It may just be indicating to me that there's delay in receiving some money you felt was due you.
But I don't see this really diminishing your drive or enthusiasm for working on the projects you're doing.
Yeah.
I sort of still see you making ground, trying to move ahead. Oh, thanks a lot. Guess who just spilled liquid over?
None of your cards are there, I hope.
They were, but they didn't get hit.
Okay.
It
my
went to the floor.
gosh.
So I have to go to technical difficulties. If you want to keep talking while
I will keep talking while he quickly protects his cards from...
I should probably turn off the mic because I feel like calling him an expletive deleted.
Oh, no. We will not have that. Just give us a second while Mr. O gets up. And I will just remind everybody, we'll take a pause in between Happy Tears reading here to remind everybody that we're live streaming. We'll go into a little overtime to try to fit people in, I think, today, especially since now we have this delay. But we're here generally from 2 to 4 p.m. on Sundays. As a matter of fact, we will be here Sunday next week. Mr. O's working Saturday next week.
I went outside and cursed the cat's name.
And not Sunday. And Thursdays we're here from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so no bone for the cats, no catnip for the cat for that. By the way, if Gina's still listening.
You rude animal.
Yeah, that's really sad. All right, so let's see what's going on here for Happy Tears. Are you back? You are back.
Well, I did say something, but just not enough.
And the camera's back. So, okay, Happy Tears. Basically, what he was trying to say is the Chariot is saying, you're kind of on the right path right now, but there's always going to be some bumps in the road. And right now, that just seems like finances or some kind of recognition due you is being delayed. However, keep moving forward. This is showing progress being made. Keep moving forward. You are moving in the right direction. So well, it's not going good. So that means that maybe you have to work a little harder. You just have to change course a little bit. But what it's saying is don't give up on the path that you're on. And let's see what's going on here. Yeah. Okay, well, one way or another, here I've got the Tower, and I have the Rider. So what this means to me is that there's news coming to you from some institution. Whether this is about the money, this could even be school. Some news is coming to you that you're going to have to deal with that may involve, I'm guessing, maybe this delay with recognition or progress, with your goals. What do you think?
I'm wondering if there's a situation where you need to try to figure out if you can get a different teacher, if you can move into a different teacher, or have somebody different advise you, something like that. Mm-hmm. Like maybe you just need to have somebody different work with you on that level. Other than that, I mostly agree with Banshee that some of this is some news coming to you, and it may be that maybe they're going to reassign an advisor. And maybe if you feel you haven't been getting good advice, maybe you should ask for that.
Yeah, or the other thing will be, it might put more perspective. You say things aren't going bad, maybe you'll get a better picture of what's going on and what you need to do to keep moving forward as opposed to taking steps back. Sometimes we have to take a couple steps back, though, in order to keep moving forward. So don't feel bad. You may have to change course a little bit, but I think that it's saying that it will work itself out in time.
Yeah, maybe you just need to move in a different direction and recoup for now and then reapproach it when you're able to.
That's what we have for you, Happy Tears. Hey, Butterfly, are you with us? You are next. And then Jenna, January Girl, Balkis, Mandy, Cutie, if they've come back, Tana. I really think Cutie and Tana are gone, though. And then there's Dr. Victor and Gina, we can throw her a bone card or something. Maybe one card from one of the decks here. All right, so what's going on with Butterfly? And Jenna, you will be up after Butterfly. Finally.
You're welcome.
You are welcome. Hang in there. Happy Tears. Remember, this is only temporary.
We'll be on next Thursday if you're looking for us again.
Butterfly. You want to type it in?
Yeah, I will. They may have left us. So, in addition to other things, we recently put out our monthly modality messages. So you may want to check that out. It's kind of in its early nascent workings, so we hope to get better with it, but it really does present a unique and different kind of view of astrology energies applied with the tarot cards forecast. So check that out. That's on our YouTube channel.
We finished all of our U.S. predictions. They're all posted now, so that's done. We'll have to see what other trouble we can get into with, predicting things. But we are finished with that. Who knows? Maybe we'll decide who's going to come out of the Democratic convention in one piece. We might try our hand at that. Maybe before Super Tuesday. We don't have much time. But we might maybe we'll try to get something in before Super Tuesday.
Thanks, Kellyo. We were a little bit off, tired and different things.
Oh, man.
But
yeah,
we are still getting used to the style of reading. Though I think I learned even more this time because...
okay, Butterfly is not here. Oh, you are here.
There they are. Okay.
Give us your question right now, Butterfly. We need it.
We need you right now.
Mine again?
Sure. Okay. Sunny Cam.
Sunny. Oh, uh-oh. Maybe not mine.
You dropped?
I dropped a lot of them.
Okay, we'll move to one of my decks.
They're all over the place. I hope no cat comes along.
I guess we're having a Mercury retrograde day here, eh?
It could be, Mr. O. Yeah, I'm not going to even be able to get all those cards. Okay, well, we are going to retire the Ciro Marchetti deck for the day. Move on to some of my other decks. I'll pick those up later.
We can only get better with those, so yes, we do hope people will check those out as we get more used to that style of reading. Go ahead and shuffle.
All right, I will. Was this the Night Sun?
Yes, we're going to use the Night Sun Tarot for Butterfly's reading.
I think we're going to throw 3 cards on this. I see it's an either or question, but let's see. Maybe we can tell. All right, let's see what we have for Butterfly. You're going to have to tell me what those are because I can't make out the words.
One is Judgment reversed.
Oh, okay.
One is the Wheel of Fortune upright. These do imply some sort of connection that is
We'll talk.
more than just
talk.
knowing them.
Well,
Oh my, and then the Star Reverse. So you have 3 major arcana.
You have 3 major arcana cards, and you're asking if he's karmic or soulmate. And I'm going to
It's
say,
both.
I think karmic. If we look at having the Wheel of Fortune and Judgment in one reading,
Definitely karmic.
I think it's definitely karmic. I can't say if it's soulmate too, but there are some issues here, I'd say, because you have Judgment reversed here. And do you want to tackle that one?
Well, in Judgment Reversed, this may be that somebody is not right appreciating their more spiritual views of life, that maybe they're just being a little bit more materialistic than they normally are.
So maybe they're not appreciating the spiritual connection?
That could be.
That's what I'm wondering.
Okay, there you go. I'll give you that. Yep.
And then the Wheel of Fortune is reversed.
No, it isn't.
Upright.
That's your upright
So
card.
the Wheel of Fortune is upright, which means fate and destiny to me in some way. You know, which I see what he's saying. That does have some soulmate connotations to it. But it just does seem like your meeting and your being together has some fateful karmic.
Just the idea that there are millions or billions of people that could potentially know each other from previous lifetimes, and that they somehow managed to meet up in one lifetime in one given geographic area is kind of the idea of the Wheel of Fortune, of incredibly good luck, a cycle of luck happening. So there is something that is karmic there. Like Banshee says, it may not actually be soulmate. We're not sure that it isn't, but it may not be. Although the Star Reverse to me is still indicating that there's work to be done here.
There's work to be done. I think that, you know, there's some disconnect going on because we have Judgment reversed and we have Star reversed. There's some disconnect between, even though this meeting seems fated in some way, there is some disconnect still with that connection, if this is making sense to you at all.
Are they...
And, oh my gosh, Sunny just booted me out of my live stream. There we go.
Good old Sunny.
Holy cow. So I'm not sure if I'm missing any of the chat.
The last one about having another biscuit for Gina.
Okay, that's the last one. Then. Yeah, I'm there.
So,
I'm going to draw some Lenormand for you to see
let's
if
do
there's
that.
Something else here that might give me a clue. Okay, there's definitely issues. Well, maybe you're not meant to stay together. You're meant to learn something from each other, or, you know, the relationship you had. How ironic. I have the rider again. And we have the star in that reading. We have the stars in this reading. So, you know, don't give up hope here. I sense that news, or if not news, some positive movement may happen or occur if that's what you're looking for. It looks as though there's movement. The rider is news, but it's also movement and travel. So somebody, you know, some news or information or movement in the way things are now is going to shift and change in a more positive direction.
Karmics are more likely here to show you things or teach you things. They may last a while, but only if there's something that is a continually role, that they have some reincarnation, shared past life with you that maybe keeps them sticking around. Now these ones, to me, that's the star?
That's the stars, yeah.
It's just saying really it's something that can be worked on to me, and that it's not necessarily bad. The other cards sort of indicate that maybe there's definitely work to be done here, but it just seems to me like it's a matter of applying yourself and moving towards it. It's just going to take time, but I think the connection will become stronger.
Well, or there's going to be a connection that remains. Whether it's going to totally develop into something bigger, I'm not really sure I'm getting that here yet. But you asked the question, karma or soulmate, and I'm definitely thinking this is karma.
Yeah, it's more likely karma. You're meant to know them.
Hey, that's what we have for you, Butterfly. Thanks for waiting. And Jenna, you are up. You are up right now.
So hopefully Jenna did not leave.
It's 3:55, and I know we're running late, but we're going to hang in there and keep going if you want to stick with us a while longer. Well, some of these people are not coming back, I'm sure, Mr. O. I saw you look terrified at the list. But I think some of these people are gone. You're welcome, Butterfly. Okay, I know Jenna's here, so we'll wait for the question. Because it wasn't that long ago Jenna was on.
A general reading.
Okay, we got it.
Here we go then.
I've got my little witchy deck.
And I've been eating these candies all afternoon, and I hate myself for doing that. I'm trying to push them away.
Self-loathing? Oh dear. Well, why didn't you give them back to me, Mr. O?
I did, but then
you put them further away
then I
from me,
grabbed
I
them.
notice.
I think it was right after Sunny knocked over the water, or just before.
Well, I heart you anyway. Oh no.
Oh well.
And that had kisses on the back of it. XO, XO, XO. Hugs and
That's
kisses.
the one I didn't get.
Here you go. Okay, let's see what we have for Jenna coming up. Oh, hey, WG. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get to you today.
Yeah.
Our list is pretty long. We're going into overtime right now to finish up our readings, so very sorry.
Try to come earlier next time. We're also on next Thursday from 7 to 9.
Oh my
You wanna
gosh,
put
I
these
had more
together?
cards at my feet even. I was stepping on them.
Do you want me to put these back together?
No, I'll get them. So we gotta keep moving.
And don't forget to look for our nightly reading for the next day on Facebook.
Well, yikes, Jenna.
Oh dear.
I got us the Three of Swords. I have the Nine of Wands reversed. And I have the Chariot reversed. Aren't you the one that has car problems, right? Or
Well,
no
some amount of transportation, right? Yeah.
So it looks like that's still a sticking point. It seems like a lot of lack of mobility or movement happening right now. And it looks as though, you're dealing with some sorrow or some bitterness that you have about something. And maybe it relates to... Oh, go ahead.
I'm wondering if maybe you're going to have a breakup with a good friend, or some miscommunications or situations with a good friend where there's some stormy weather. Maybe
some online drama.
You'll be having some drama or something like that. And I also feel too that with the Nine of Wands reversed, that it may be that this will not be easily repaired. And that maybe the Chariot reverse speaks more to that it's just going to take a lot of ambition in order to resolve a situation that maybe you have a certain level of complicity in. I don't know.
Well, it sounds like something that cut you deeply, and is very depressing to you.
Yeah, something that
whether
affects
it's
you.
about a situation you're in or with a person, you're kind of in a mood right now. And, I'd say your best bet is to try to find some healing strategies to get yourself in a better mindset so you can move forward instead of being stuck in reverse, like the Chariot might seem to indicate here.
If and when this happens, there's not really an indication that there will be drama. It does sort of seem like maybe you would want to avoid that. It's just that mostly it's hard to work around because of some of varying logistics that could relate to how you actually connect with the person, how you see them, whether you have FaceTime or you have a screen time with them or whatever that's going on with that.
Well, I just got two opposite things here, and it's really kind of amusing, but they both go together because look what I pulled first. I pulled the Ship, and then I pulled the Anchor. you know, and the anchor kind of stops the ship from moving, which is ironic since you also have the Chariot reversed, don't you? So, you know, it seems to me that you're going to navigate and make some changes and shifts, and then you're going to be really happy with that. You're going to stay where you are for a while.
I'm sort of seeing that maybe there's just going to be twin poles. Maybe it will resolve, but there's just these twin poles. Something says move forward, explore. Something else says no, stay in place. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know.
All right. I'm not in agreement on that.
And I do think it's not necessarily a static, like it's just going to always be that. Eventually, one of these poles wins.
No, of course not.
Right.
But I think for now, there's kind of a status quo thing going on, and there's going to be a change. There's going to be a change, and once you make this change, you're going to feel a lot better about kind of staying where you are for a while. And no, it's not permanent. This could be a job. This could be a new place you move to. Something different, or just a different way of living your life. You're going to make some kind of lifestyle change as a possibility.
Okay.
And that's what I have for you.
Thanks for waiting, Jenna.
Sorry if that's a little vague, but that's what we've got today for you, or if even a little bit down and gloomy, because you say you've been doing better, but maybe there's just some lingering thing that's still hanging on to you for some reason.
No worries.
Okay, I do not think, hey, January girl, are you here?
They said, didn't January Girl say they were possibly just watching?
Yeah, they did. Are you just watching, or do you want a reading, January girl? If I don't get an answer in a minute, we will
Who's
move.
the one after them?
I'll get to, Balkis, Balkis.
Okay, so...
They're both people who may not get readings.
Okay, I'll let you do your thing. Well, not specifically, but we can look into that.
Well, let's do a yes/no on that for you, January girl, to see if you'll just ever get any messages from your relatives who've passed on. We'll try it. Let's see what we get.
Again. Yeah, so we will try that.
But instead of doing a 3-card, let's just see if it comes through, if you're going to get anything.
Don't go anywhere, Balkis, because you're next after January
Balkis came back? Wow. You'll be next, Balkis. Okay. We're going to move through these today because I'm in a generous mood. And we probably killed a little bit of time with the little accident we had and a couple other things today, a few longer readings.
So we are doing January Girls right now, and then we will do Balkis, a general reading right after that.
Yep. I have a lot of family on the other side now looking out for me, and I do feel they're around me. What are you looking at?
Are we doing a yes or no?
Yes, I did say that too.
Right, I thought you did.
Wow, you just have all the reversals today, don't you, Mr. O?
Well, I believe that this is leaning towards no.
Yeah, well, is there a single ace there? There is no ace there.
There is no
it's
ace
definitely leaning towards no. But never say never. Let's just say not at this time. And
However,
I see here with the 3 of Cups reversed, one of the cards you have, he hasn't shown them, is the 3 of Cups reversed. And the 3 of Cups reversed is indicating to me that maybe you just, there's too much going on for you right now to really get these messages, I think. And they're not coming through to you for a reason. I'm not going to say you're not opening up to them. I'm not saying that, but I'm thinking that right now you can't open up to them for some reason. There's too much going on in your life.
Right. It's sort of what I'm getting with that card and with the Ten of Cups, that both of them are
Yeah.
telling me that there are just emotional things going around. They're not about your emotions, but there are things that affect your emotions, instances of things that you have to care about, people you have to care about. And it's sort of just you're concerned with the living more than with them. They may not really actually have a message for you right now. That's probably a good thing, because generally I tend to believe that they only give us messages when they really need to, and that most of the people that are looking for them, they possibly shouldn't be.
And what's that last card again?
It's the Emperor
Oh, the Emperor
reversed.
And what that might be telling me too is that maybe, you aren't really ready to receive these messages yet.
Yeah.
It takes a certain level of working at this to really get these messages sometimes. Sometimes you're just not ready, or you're not prepared for them. And they how do I say this? Some people it comes to very easily, and other people have to work at it to get, messages to come through like that from the other side. And I'm sensing that they're either not ready to come through or you're not ready.
Well, I mostly agree with Banshee, but in this instance, I just
Yeah.
really don't think that they have anything to give you. I don't
Okay.
think that they have something.
Well, the thing is, too, is I would build on that. If there are grave sites, nearby that you can go visit, and have conversations with them or bring them something, flowers, whatever, and, build that connection
That could be
back with
true
them.
too, is
That
that
could help.
sometimes too our grandparents do think about us, but they also need to know that we think about them, and so they appreciate that, I'm told,
And
from the
if
realm
you
of spirit.
can't, on their birthdays or important days, their anniversary of their passing, light a candle for them and bring them into your thoughts. These are ways that you can open doors to making those connections.
Right. I mean, we don't always live in an area where we can do those kind of things, go visit a graveyard and leave an offering there, that kind of thing. But we can maybe put aside a little space in our own home
Oops, I
to honor our grandparents or people that we want to honor. And maybe, we can call it an altar. Maybe it's just at the top of your
tried to
table.
get moving.
What?
I'm trying to get moving. The ring
And I'll let you read
and
it.
the star. And so, what I would suggest to you is that, getting the ring like this really tells me that they are still connected to you. Don't worry about that. There is a connection from out there in the universe. They are still with you. They still have this bond and feelings for you. I think maybe you just have to find a way to make that link and make it clear that you're open to receiving things from them.
That card was the ring.
Yeah.
And I think for me, what it says is that also, too, some of this connection is just through nature, and that maybe if you're like Jenna or others are doing this afternoon, having a moment in nature, too, that gives you a pause to where you can, turn your thoughts towards a loved one like that.
Do you see where my finger is? That's where the ring is, in the bird's mouth. So I got confused at first when I was reading this card, thinking this was the bird's card, but it's really the ring. And I can tell because it's number 25, and that's the card for the ring. So, and this one is the stars. And so I think there is hope. And like I said, I believe that they are out there watching over you because they do feel, a connection. It's just that you have to make it clear you're open to receiving it from them, I think.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's very cool. And you have that connection right there. And maybe that's something you can focus on, when it's an anniversary time, maybe have that ring on, light a candle for your grandmother, and you can kind of make those connections happen. Pay attention to any dreams and things that you have around those times, because maybe they're not going to come out in the dream and say hi, but maybe they're going to give you a special dream or some message on their anniversary that you need to pay attention to.
Right, that's a good point, because sometimes, right, their anniversary, birth date, or possibly death date is an important one, and so
Yeah.
trying to speak to them at that time, even in a dream, maybe is more likely.
Hey, Balkus, you are up. This is your
They
turn.
wanted a general
A general reading for Balkus?
Right.
All right.
for March.
What, you want to use mine again?
Sure. Well, we used mine actually.
Okay. Oh,
Remember the
that's right. We
Nefertari.
used the night sun. Right. Sorry.
No, we
The-
used the Nefertari.
What? That's right. The gold.
Good try, Banshee.
I'm trying to keep up. It's late in the day, and we're really trying to get through everybody here. Hey, Balkus. So, general for you.
Yes. And unfortunately, Violet Ann, we are not going to be able to get to
we aren't
you.
going to be able to get to you, Violet Ann. We are into way overtime here. But thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
You're welcome to watch
After
if you want.
Balkus is Mandy, Cutie, Tina, Dr. Victor, and Gina. And yeah, we can't get to WG either. I had to cut the list off after Gina. But thank you all for coming. You make our Sunday just so much fun.
Right.
That I hate to give bad news to people.
Thanks, Violet Ann.
But I always
Hello.
feel I have to.
And do hang around if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what do you
Well,
got?
this is very interesting. You, too, have all major cards. Somebody else did too today. This is the Justice card, upright. I really love this Justice card, by the way. I love the fact that there's the black and the white cat on the scales. I think that just shows the balance issues that need to be considered. Also, the Fool is reversed. And you have the Hierophant upright. So, I'm sensing that, justice or getting your just due is going to be very important to you in the months ahead. Being treated fairly, being treated objectively. I don't know if this has to do with maybe studies, classes, because also you have the Hierophant here, which is a teacher or a mentor kind of card. And what it's saying is to be careful about not being reckless with stuff in this time period. If you want to be treated fairly, then make sure you're giving it your best effort and don't take unnecessary chances or risks. Go with what you know, or go with, let's say if it's school and you're working on papers, for example, go with trusted authoritative sources. Don't just throw things together and expect it to work out for you.
Well, I think it's also possible, too, that what this is talking about is that you're making a decision, or you're trying to make a decision about your path.
Not gonna do
And
that.
there is something that is maybe sort of hinting to you that you should be more conventional, the Hierophant. But that's not really where your nature is. Your nature is really to sort of blow off more the beaten path in
But
this
it's
regard,
reversed.
at least. Well, I'm sort of seeing that either way. And so you're really just deciding what your directions will be, conventional or unconventional, and how do you apply the principles of justice to that, because it's also about who you're really serving. Are you really serving your own goals, or are you serving somebody else's goals? You're welcome, Gina. Clean.
Well,
thank
thanks
you.
for coming in to say hi. And, you are always welcome, Gina. Everybody here, we love reading for you. So let's see what we have.
Right.
Well, I think something that will work to your advantage is the park. And you have the key. So I think the key is the connections you're making during this time period, maybe within the next 3 months. You might
They
make...
only wanted March.
Oh, March. Oh, I'm sorry. So general for March. So within the time frame that you asked, it looks as though connections that you make are going to be very important to you. These could be either through social networks or, maybe, where in regards to whatever question you had in mind.
Well, I'm wondering too, I agree with that for the most part, and I'm actually wondering now if maybe the Fool represents them, and that maybe these are aspects of things that could happen in March, one involving being more on the straight and narrow, this speaks to that too,
It both speaks to that, really.
but this is more about really important decisions that have to happen, and this may be more about more spiritual aspects.
But could it be informed decisions based on logic and maybe advice given?
Logic or tradition,
Okay. Okay.
the past
Yeah.
as data.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is kind of like case law and justice. All right.
As we talk quieter, like we're whispering to each other's secrets.
Well, no, that's not really what it
It's
is.
not what it is.
But the key is telling us to go forth and to find what we need.
Go forth and make some connections. Some new connections would be really beneficial for you in March, I think, and help you out, help you resolve what you need to do here.
All right.
That's what we have for you, Balkus. Thanks for hanging on with us. Sorry we had to move you down, but you know how that goes. Hey, Mandy, are you still with us? Because you are up.
Thank you, Balkus.
You are very welcome, Balkus.
And Laura, we're not sure if we're going to get there for you because we're
Okay.
really kind of slow.
Yeah,
We're
Laura,
all-
sorry
we're
you made
done.
it late, but we can't get to you today.
Okay, so they're asking about their interview. Do you want to continue using this cards?
If you'd like, just make it
Alrighty.
quick. Oh, what did you just drop?
3 cards, so they're not.
3.
Yes. Stop that.
I won't look. He drops too many.
Thanks, Laura. All
Thanks,
right.
Laura. Hang in there. Glad to see you again.
How will Melinda's interview work out?
I am switching from tea to my lime water mix. I like to mix fruit juices with water. You know, just a little bit of juice to a lot of water. Makes
ahead,
drinking
shuffle.
more water palatable to me. And water is so important.
Yeah, my throat is a little sore for some reason, so
Why
I'm
I'm
taking a
so
cough
hoarse.
drop.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm a
what's
little
going
hoarse,
on.
yeah. All right, Laura, thank you.
All right, I'm ready. Okay. Well, this is really interesting. So we have Justice reversed. We have the Eight of Wands upright. And we have the, move that so fast, what is it?
The 7 of Wands.
The Seven of Wands, that's right. I saw it the first time, but I couldn't remember. The 7 and 8 of Wands, which is really interesting here, and then Justice. Now, you know, I know you said, how did the interview go? Well, we only wish that people would look at you fair and balanced like, but that may not be the case here, which also shows that you've had to really stand up and show what you're made of, you know, in this interview. And it looks like you really did your best at this. You know, it's showing that you really stood up for yourself well. You represented yourself well. And there is going to be some movement coming. There's some movement swiftly happening. So I think they're going to make their decision soon. But it seems to me you might have been in a pool of candidates that, you know, there was a lot of candidates that you were up against here. What do you think?
That's what I think there too, and I feel the
that
decision
with
comes
both of them.
fast. The decision comes fast, and I do feel that there is this sense of not impropriety, but that they're just not necessarily fair in the manner we like to think about them. They're just, you know, too. I don't know what the words I'm looking for are. They're just not fair. They're not fair.
Biased.
Biased, yeah.
They may have their reasons for that. Like maybe they're looking for a specific type of employee. And hold on, let me finish this thought. I will look. And no matter how you present yourself, no matter how well you present yourself, if you don't fit the mold they're exactly looking for, you know.
I do feel for some reason with this card there is an advocate for you. So if this
Okay.
is really like some sort of juried decision, when I've had recent interviews, it's usually 3 people, and then they arrive at some sort of simultaneous conclusion or whatever. So I feel if that's going on, there may be an advocate there who will maybe be able to keep your name in the rolls, but it's not really saying the interview didn't go wrong. It's just sort of saying that maybe there was different views of it. So if there were two people, that's what I'm sort of seeing is like maybe one person was not very impressed, but the other person felt you were capable, you were holding your own.
So I wish you the best, Mandy, and I hope it works out, but I got to show you these cards now. And we have, in the Lenormand, we have news, the rider, there's movement, but there's also the cross, which is endings or grief or sorrow. And so I could look at this a number of ways, and this is kind of a tough call with what I have here. It could indicate that you're going to get news that this is a done deal and it's over and you didn't get the job and you're going to be disappointed. I can definitely see that as a possibility. But also this could mean that news is coming that, that things are coming to and that maybe things are coming.
The decision process is coming to an end.
The decision process is coming to an end and you are going to get news. However, this card does not always have happy connotations to it. So that's why I'm leaning the other way. That there may be some disappointment here. The other aspect of it is maybe it's not that you don't get the job, but there may be aspects to this that you won't like after you get an offer and you will be disappointed and have to move on from there. So I look at these possibilities. It's not looking super happy here, despite the fact that I feel you really put your best foot forward on this and it just depends that maybe you were not exactly, they have something else in mind for whatever reasons.
A lot of this depends on image. And these days, depending on certain jobs, certain companies, they're looking for an image. And it's not really fair, but it is what it is. I struggled with that in the 70s because I wanted to keep my hair longer, but I eventually had to cut my hair for a lot of the interviews I went into. I couldn't keep my image. I remember trying out for that one hideous company. What is that,
right.
EDI or something?
I can't, yeah.
Where if you didn't wear the exact white they wanted, you didn't get anything.
So anyway, that's what we have for you, Mandy. And you know what? Remember, knowledge is power. I would say to boost yourself, if you haven't sent a follow-up letter thanking them for the interview and reiterating your strengths, maybe do it anyway. Go through the motions and try to do that. Do whatever you can to change
you should
this
always,
destiny.
if you know for sure that you're still in the running, you should always send some sort of post-interview
and don't listen,
letter.
The tarot can be wrong, and so I'd love for you to come back and say, you were wrong about that. That would make me feel good.
Thank you, Callio. That's
Just
very
on
sweet
principle.
of you. Sweet dreams.
Have a good one, Casey. Good to have you back. Hey, Cutie, you are up. Are you with us?
You are welcome, Melinda.
Hey, Cutie. And after Cutie is Tana and Dr. Victor and Gina. And we will close out with that.
Thank you. Okay, Jenna, I hope you'll be able to find that on our YouTube channel. Going back through there, we did do the reading for you. So
I thought she was there for most of the reading, I think.
Okay.
But if not, you know where to find it.
Indeed. Okay, so we're still waiting on QT, and I have a feeling that they were the one that wasn't there before, so this list may be getting vastly shorter.
Yeah, that's right. Cutie might be gone, because I don't think they've showed up since.
Right.
But Balkus came back, so just want to be sure.
But they told us, Balkus told us they were back.
Yeah.
QT hasn't, so thanks, Jenna. So let's just ask for the next one.
Tana, you are up. Are you with us, Tana?
And that was another...
yeah, Tana had left us earlier too, so let's see if Tana's back, and if not, go ahead and type it in.
Somebody just joined us. Somebody just came in.
We're finishing up the readings on our list, and we're done. Yeah, we're into huge overtime. Last call for Tana if she came back, and if not, we're moving on.
You're welcome, Jenna.
You're very welcome, Jenna.
Okay, move on.
Okay, Dr. Victor, you are up.
Dr. Victor.
Well, don't worry about it, Jenna. Just to give you an idea, you know, Happy Tears and Butterfly. Butterfly was right before you. So as you look through the stream, look for those guys. And of course, obviously, in the last hour of
All
our
right,
stream.
January girl, thank you.
You're
Dr.
welcome,
Victor,
KG.
I'm going to put in your name.
Oh, I know Dr. Victor's there. They just said they were here recently.
But we just dropped 2 people.
We did?
Yep.
Oh.
We had 9 on my side. Who's after Dr. Victor?
Gina. And that's it. And I have a plan for Gina. Oh, good for you. I love walking, but unfortunately some of my back problems make it difficult to do now. But my working out with my trainer has helped solve a lot of that, so I can do a little bit. Just got to be careful, and I got to take breaks every so often.
Good night, Mandy.
Last call, Dr. Victor. I know you were there. Well, you know what? If I don't hear in a minute, we'll go on with my plan for Gina.
Uh-oh.
And then we can throw Dr. Victor at the end if he comes back. So why don't I just do that? I am actually going to have you, Mr. O, shuffle the Lenormand. And we're going to do a Lenormand reading for you, Gina. This is kind of a multifaceted one, but I can get through it pretty quickly. And I'm practicing with my Lenormand more because when I offer readings for people, I might do just specific Lenormand ones for people. Shuffle away, Mr. O. We're going to try something for you. So you get a big bone today, Gina. Oh, I don't know. That might sound weird.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that one at all. Okay, I think I'm done.
All right, hand them back. No cutting. Basically, I throw 4 sets of 2 cards to give you some insight in some different areas of your life. And I'm going to do that quickly. It's slightly wrong, but that's okay. Actually, it all works out in the end. Okay, so the first cards are basically about you. These cards are what's happening with you right now. And you've got the fish, which is a real awesome thing. And you have the fox. So, you know, I don't know if you're working right now, but you know what? Whatever you're doing, and it seems like either with work or something you're working on, there is abundance surrounding this. There's a lot of abundant energy and movement and positivity, you know, definitely some prosperity, maybe some money coming your way through some very crafty talent of yours of some sort.
Yeah, I just see cleverness and I see you looking at yourself moving.
Okay, and speaking of moving, I don't know what this is. This is in the home. And right now, you have the lilies. And, boy, that sounds kind of ominous when you throw the lilies and the coffin together, isn't it? But I think, of course, you know, what it's saying to me right now as far as your home environment goes is you're making changes maybe. You know, you're out with the old. You know, spring cleaning is coming along, and I sense that you're going to be doing something to beautify your environment.
It may be, too, that you will be gravitating towards the memory of a loved one and that you may be thinking about that in terms of maybe some sort of change you're making around the home. Maybe you have a picture or a vase or something from them, and maybe you're going to put it somewhere on a different shelf and think about it more.
Now, this is about your wishes or desires. And you have the bear and you have the bouquet. And, you know, I think that you're really thinking, you know, you're very self-empowered, you're very self-fulfilling and sustaining, and, you know, you really hope to continue that, and you hope to get recognized, you know, by somebody, in some way for what you give to people and what you do for people.
What is this positioning?
This is your wishes and desires.
Oh, so you want to be the mama bear.
A mama bear in some way,
Protective.
meaning protective. You're very protective, but also I feel that, you're protective of the things that you value.
Flowers.
Flowers are like accomplishments. I think you're a very accomplished person is what this is saying to me, and you'd like to be recognized for that. You'd like to get some recognition in some way or another for all the things that you do.
Well, this could be about your mom too that you're mentioning right now too, and so like I said, you maybe just have to toast her memory in some concrete way, maybe a feng shui kind of way.
And your future, what's coming to you is... The first card I drew is a man, Gina. It's the male influence here. And the birds, which is news. Somebody is going to come to you with some news, or you're going to get news of somebody coming into your life who's going to play an important role of some sort. Whether this is a new relationship, a new contact, a business contact, this is somebody who's going to play a key role in your future.
Who is that I see you with? I don't know. That's all I got. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing.
I think it's something. I definitely think it's something. And they're definitely gonna play a future role in your life. So what did you think? That's a reading I got from Caitlin Matthews, actually, her book, a Celtic Lenormand book, and I really like it a lot. I've been playing with it a little bit. Oh, hey, Queen of Hearts, I'm sorry. We are into big overtime, and we're not going to be able to get to a reading for you today. We've had to turn down 3 people who have just come too late, so we just finished up our last reading for the day. So my apologies. Please subscribe. And if you do, you'll get and turn on the notifications so you'll know when we go live. Get it as soon as you can, and we'll get you on the list and we'll get you read. But we did quite a number of readings today, and we hope everybody who got read for enjoyed them. And we look forward to that again. I'm glad you liked that, Gina, because I definitely love this reading. It's very good. I found another one today that I think I'm going to be working with too at the Lenormand. That's specifically about people who are working towards goals. So I'm going to build up a list of special Lenormand readings that I'm going to have available as we start building up our business. But anyway, thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoyed your readings today. And we will see you Thursday evening, 7 to 9 p.m., and see you next Sunday from 2 to 4. Take care, and goodbye for now.